What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to keep working our way down the Photoshop panels, and this one's about the materials panel. Before I break it down for you, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Also comment down below if you got any questions about any of this. I'll be sure to get back to you, or maybe one of my other viewers will get back to you. But with that, let's get right into it. So the very first thing, if you can't see your materials panel anywhere, all you got to do is come up to the Windows menu and go down to materials. Now I'm going to break this down going from the top to the bottom, and then I will break down the hamburger menu. First, you got the search bar. You can type in by name and look for your material. Then we got these two buttons. Now, if you click each one, they're going to open up a web page. The first one is Adobe Substance 3D Assets. And you can come on here and look. They got a lot of 3D assets, right? A lot of these are free. You can see right here where it says free. Okay, and if you want one of these in your material panel, you can click on it. You can download the file right here, SBSAR or SBS, or you just click this download button and it downloads, and then you can save it to a folder. These are all materials that I have saved. Then you can come back to your materials panel and go to your materials right here. Click the drop down and you can click right there. Then you can come find your material, double click, and it will pop up under your materials. You can also search by name up here. You can go to all assets, or you can click collections, and they got some other collections over here. Or you can go to my assets, and there's a lot of other stuff besides materials. These are just 3D assets. You can see I got things like microphone, backpacks, chairs, all these 3D models too. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Then on the left hand side you can filter. Right, you can filter just free assets. You can filter by type, appearance, different file formats, or techniques. Alright, then if you come back to the panel, if you click the second one, it opens another thing. It looks kind of like the same place that you were, but it's not. It's different. This is 3D community assets. And you can see the community makes a lot of these. You can see who made them, right? And there's some awesome ones in here. I'd say if we just click this one, you can download the file here. You can see what apps it's compatible with. And these are all the Substance apps I was talking about. You got Painter, Designer, Sampler, Stager, and Modeler. You can also use this in Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Alright, then if I click download file, click save. Then you come back to your materials panel. Then if you want to add it, you can click this plus button down here. Come find the file. Right, and then it's loaded into your materials. Then obviously down here is just the collection of materials, right? So I'm adding these materials to a text, but if I were to just delete this, make sure you're highlighted on your text layer. Then I can come and click a material, and it's going to automatically clip it to that text layer. But these are the parametric properties, okay? You can change the resolution, and that means how high quality it is. If I were to choose like high or ultra, you can see the difference once it's unloading. It's just a lot more resolution, a lot more clear to the eye. Medium is a lot easier on your computer though, so if you got an older computer, you might not want to turn this up too much. Then you got the properties. Then we got lighting properties. It just changes the lighting on the material. You can change the rotation, the height, the color with this box here. You click on it and you got the color picker. You can change the exposure and the displacement. After that, we got the transform options, and this you can scale it bigger or smaller. You can change the offset and the rotation. And then you got some other options down here for the transformation. Now, last but not least, it's got technical parameters. You can choose the format, whether DirectX or OpenGL. And some of these options might be different depending on the material. So if I go back here, change it to this one, brushed. I come here, look at the technical parameters. We got a lot more. We got luminosity, contrast, hue shift, right? Saturation, intensity. You also got height range, height position, and ambient occlusion intensity. Alright, so going back to the actual materials panel and the hamburger menu. If you click about substance materials, it just opens up this box and tells you a little bit about what's new with the new patches and the new version. So you can read up on that if you want. Substance material help. This opens up a web page. And you can learn to use 3D materials here. It's got a lot of good information. See how it breaks everything down for you. So if you want to know something that I didn't explain in this video, you can come here and it explains it a little bit more in depth. Then we got restore default materials. I'm not going to click this, but when you click it, it just gets rid of all of the materials that you had added in there and just restores it to the defaults. Show parametric properties. This just opens a parametric properties panel. Now, you're not going to find this panel in the Windows menu. You're not going to see it. You can only get to it through the materials panel and click this. Okay? Alright, then last but not least, we got close and close tab group. This just closes your panel down. If you can't find it after that, then again, go up to Window, click Materials. So I think that about does it explaining the materials panel. Well, really, the materials and the parametric properties panel. I'm going to make a separate video for parametric properties, maybe go a little more in depth. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description so you can learn a little bit more about this panel if you want. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, especially if these help you out. Comment down below with all your questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.